Hi, my name is Wayne Janis. I'm a member here at the Community Church at Ocean Pines, and my devotional for today is based on something I read in this devotional called Our Daily Bread. Actually, this was from the end of January, and it was called Running on Empty, and it referred to a passage of scripture from Isaiah. So that's the one I'm going to be focusing on today for my devotional. It's actually Isaiah chapter 40, verses 28 through 31. And it says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." That is a great passage of scripture, and I sort of want to unpack it in my own experience, and hopefully it will have some help for y'all. As some of you may know, I work in the IT field. I actually work from home. So I spend my day in my home office on my computer, on Zoom calls, and talking to engineers from around the world. So that's my typical day. And so at the end of the day, I'm usually out bolting out. I just want to get out of the house because my house is my office. So I'm out running errands. I'm out doing my volunteer activities. I'm out visiting with friends, just doing, just trying to just get things done and that sort of thing. And I find myself being busy almost every day of the week. And usually by the end of the day, I come home and I pretty much literally collapse into bed. And the next day, repeat the process, do the same thing over and over and over again. And so what do I do for my source of strength? Well, one of the things I can do is try the old caffeine route. Coffee, soda, maybe even Red Bull, whatever it might take. And that might help for a while. But I found myself getting literally completely exhausted and really burning the candle at both ends. And it just doesn't work. And that's when I turn to passages of scripture like this, and I almost find God himself saying to me, "You know what, Wayne? Don't you know? Haven't you heard? I'm the everlasting God. I'm the creator of the ends of the earth. And I'm not going to grow tired or weary. And you're not going to understand me and fathom all my wisdom." And unpacking that is just incredible to me, him speaking to me, because one of the things that I think about sometimes when I step back and look at passages of scripture like this is, when I take a breath, every breath that I take, just like that one, really it's a gift from God. He doesn't have to give me that. He could take it away in a second and I'll be done. Every time I feel my heart beating, every course of blood that runs through my veins or arteries, it's a gift from God. And I have to look back and thank him for that and realize it's his strength that keeps me going. It's not the caffeine. It's not anything that I do on my own. And it's when I look to passages of scripture like this that it gives me the strength that I need, because he gives strength to the weary. He increases the power of the weak. And when I feel weak and when I need strength, that's the source of my strength, not the coffee. I mean, it helps, but it's not going to be the real source of the strength that I need. And it's funny because I find myself when in my past experience, it's when I've turned my back on God for a while. That's when I get myself in trouble. Pretty much a guarantee. turned my back on God for a while, for a number of times in my life, and bad things happen. And I need to remember the source of my strength. I need to turn towards God and not away from Him. So I need to remember that. And I love how the scripture here says, even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. I love that. I mean, I'm 62 years old. I'm not a youth anymore. But I know certainly over my lifetime I have stumbled and I have fallen way too many times. And I've asked God for forgiveness for some of the reasons that's happened. And He is the source of my strength. He certainly is, and He has certainly increased the power when I've let Him do it. It's just incredible. And then He says, but those who hope in the Lord renew their strength. And I know some of the other scriptures will say, instead of the word hope, they'll use the word wait. Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. And I actually like that in some ways better, because a lot of times for me, I just need to stop what I'm doing. Like, stop, Wayne. Just stop what you're doing. Take that deep breath that I talked about and just listen to God and remember who the source of my strength is. He is, not me. He's the source of my strength. And when I do that, I feel that strength coming back, and I feel that renewal that he talks about here. And the last verse of this passage is probably one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. And it says, they will soar on wings like eagles. Oh, I'm sure you all have seen eagles fly. They are a magnificent bird, the way they fly. I just love watching them. Of course, here at the beach, we have seagulls. And I love watching them too, sitting on the beach and watching them. They're fun to watch. Of course, he's talking spiritually about how we're going to soar like eagles if we do what he says here. And if we just close our eyes, we can feel what it must be like to be soaring like an eagle. What it must be like to run and not grow weary, to walk and not be faint. When I was in my 20s, I used to run. I even did half marathons for a while, if you can believe that. Couldn't do it now, but it was fun back in the day. And I remember running them and just the sense of exhilaration that I had when I was finished. What he's talking about here is a spiritual exhilaration that we can feel when we turn to him at the end of a busy day and when we don't forget about him. Today is Ash Wednesday, and one of the things that personally I'm doing for myself for Lent, and this is something based on what Dale talked about on Sunday, is before I go to sleep, instead of just collapsing in bed as I used to do, I'm going to take some time with God and take the time to pray, to listen to him, to focus on him, to read his word, and use that time to grow spiritually and renew my strength, as he talks about here. That's one of the things I'm going to do. And it's not going to be easy. I know that. It's going to be much easier to just go to sleep. But it's one of the things I'm going to try to commit to myself during this time of Lent that's coming up for these next 40 days. So hopefully this passage was helpful to some of you. And I wish you all a great day, and I wish you a great week. And until next time, God bless.